Alright everyone, now we're going to be putting in our chicken pot pie into the tray. Or into the oven, sorry. We're going to be putting our chicken pot pie tray into the oven. Go. Make sure our foil's on. It is, so now I'll put it in. So just to go over it again, this oven is at 425 degrees. We preheated it at all the way at the beginning of our cooking process. You really want to make sure at the beginning of the cooking process that you have this oven preheated and going. Just to clarify the ingredients that we've used, we put in a third cup of butter, a third cup of onion, a third cup of all-purpose flour. We put in half a teaspoon of salt, a fourth teaspoon of pepper, 1 1/3 cups of chicken broth. We put in a half cup of milk. We've put in a couple of chicken breasts. We've put in 2 cups of frozen vegetables, and they've been thawed out of the freezer. So just some extra optional ingredients that you can put in here. You can put in things like potatoes, But if you do put in potatoes, then they're actually going to absorb most of the liquid as opposed to your onions. So I recommend that you put in if you put in potatoes, you put in less compared to the onions to make sure that they don't absorb all of the liquid as compared to what we have. We have for the actual steps that we've done. We've prepared our pie crusts in our 2-quart saucepan that we used a Dutch oven. We melted the butter over medium heat. We added our onion. We cooked it for 2 minutes. We stirred it frequently. Then we added our salt, flour, and pepper. We thickened our sauce by stirring. We put in our chicken and mixed vegetables. We then removed it from the heat. We spooned in our chicken mixture to our pot, and we coated it on top. Our special foil trick that we like to do in the front of the pan on the top before we actually put it into the oven is we like to put a sheet of foil on the top, cut around the crust. So basically what we do is we take our knife and we draw a circle in the middle. We put it in the then after that we put it in the oven, and then we're going to let this cook for 30 to 40 minutes or until our crust is golden brown at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And then last but not least, definitely one of the steps that you must not forget to do is when you take it out, you have to let it rest for 5 minutes in order to ensure not only coolness, but to make sure that the pot pie sits after coming out of the oven. I really like how this dish is going to make a really good dish for you and your entire family, and I hope that you really enjoyed not only cooking it, but serving it to everyone else. You can also do a variation of this dish with turkey and make turkey pot pie. There should be separate recipes for that. I encourage you to try that at a different time. As for next week, what we're going to be making, we can do things like holiday treats and holiday dishes. I'm still thinking about that right now, so in order to see what we're actually going to make, you're going to have to stay tuned for next week. I really hope that you enjoyed making this dish. I know I enjoyed making the dish despite the little hiccup with the foil earlier, but that was rectified putting it in the oven. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Stay tuned for next week, everyone. Bye-bye.